Welcome to day 4 of our JUNEwary challenge 2026, and it is the 11th of June today, and it's a rest day. A rest day is an opportunity to consolidate everything you've done so far, and this video is aimed to support that by giving you a play along from the beginning through as far as we have gone. So I'm going to start with the faster speed for this one today. So by all means join in. Also, you might just go, do you know what, this first one I'm just going to sit and listen and get the vibe and the feel of it. Or you might do, I'll do one hand or the other. Whatever works for you in this moment. I will be doing a slower version as well. Okay, so from the beginning, and start to think as well about how do you want this to grow? Where do you feel like you would put in some dynamics? Where would you start this piece? Would you start it softly and gently and then grow? Or do you want to start with a big announcement and then have an echo? Those are perfectly valid ones. One will suit it more than another, but it's also personal to you. So here we go from the beginning. As you do it, sort of write some in as well. As you sort of think, yeah, actually, I really like doing it that way. Get them written in. Okay, here we go. So we're going to go da da dee da 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 dum ba da dum. Okay, that's going to be our speed for this. I'll count 2, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well done. That's the best I've played that thus far, so I'm pleased with that. Okay, we'll do a slower version now, okay? But I think it's really nice, even if you weren't playing, to have a listen to that speed and know how it feels, where it's not sort of plod, because we don't want it to be plod. Swallows don't plod, okay? They duck and they dive and they move. So we will go slower now. To give ourselves that brain space, that thinking time. So we're going to go da da dee da 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 dum bum ba dum. Okay, I will count you in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just at the end there, I chose to damp that low E, so I'd gone and once I'm into that chord, it's technically that's the chord we're doing, but we're not going to do any lever changes, so having an E underneath that chord, that's not very pleasant. So that's a place where I've gone and then my left hand's busy here, and then I will go and damp it. And the only part of me that's touching there is here, just to damp that low E. Okay, and I might just sort of draw the little damp symbol, which looks a bit like crosshairs, so the circle with the cross through it, just after that chord, that final chord in the left hand. Write that in, and maybe even draw a line from it, or a little arrow back to the E that I'm particularly wanting to damp. Okay, these are my handwritten additions. You only want to add writing on a page that is going to be useful. And there are some things we write on that are useful as we learn that then don't need to remain as well. So we try and keep our part not totally clean by any means, but not so crowded with additional things that it becomes hard to, let's say, see the wood for the trees. Okay, well done. I'm trying to think, do we want another slower one? Let's do one more. You can practice that base stamping with me, okay? Might take it a tiny bit slower again. One of the things to watch, I feel like lines 3 and 4, we have this sort of, because as the music's lifting up to higher strings, we want to get louder. That's certainly how my interpretation is going with it. And when we get louder, it's also really tempting to speed up. But it's important to be able to do the getting louder without necessarily speeding up. And then you make a conscious decision as to whether that's something you're wanting to do, if you're going to add rubato to it. But then when you're playing with others, you need to be able to keep that steady beat so that everyone can move together. So another steady version for you. Might go a tiny bit slower again. So da, 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 da. Give you thinking time. Okay, here's our beginning. G's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Damping that bass E. I want this to ring out, but damping that bass E. Okay, well done. Keep it up. It's really good. So we've kind of learnt the A section of the piece, the first kind of theme and structure of the piece. Tomorrow, when we go into our 5th day of learning, we've got a change. We've got something different happening, a different mood, different atmosphere. Something totally different happening in the left, something totally different happening in the right. So a real nice change it up tomorrow. I look forward to seeing you then. Well done. Keep it up.